everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing okay. Today's video is going to be about cot beds and how I transitioned my daughter from a cot to a toddler bed. Every child is different as to when they are ready to go from a cot to a toddler bed. Generally, a lot of people I've spoken to in the past have waited until their child is trying to climb out of the cot, which is how I always said I was going to do it. And that has been sort of within the last month for Quinn. It was probably about a month and a half ago I first noticed Quinn trying to climb out of her cot. I was reading her a story and she was trying to pull herself up on the side and kind of lean over. And I said to my husband, no, that's it. We've got to think about putting her down into a cot bed, because it's always the fear, isn't it? If they can try and climb out of their cot, if they fall, they're going to hurt themselves if they land on their head. It was just a no-go situation for me. But unfortunately, at that time, we were just about to start potty training, which didn't happen. There will be another video about that in the future, because we are going through some testing at the moment for Quinn's stomach. But that will be a whole separate video. But we delayed waiting for transitioning her into a toddler bed, not only because of that, but we was about to go on holiday to Mexico and she would have been in a travel cot, and I didn't want to confuse her by going from toddler bed to travel cot to back to toddler bed in a short amount of time. So it was about about 2 weeks ago we bit the bullet, and we started off by just taking this one side off of the cot. The cot that we had is the Silver Cross Q toddler bed, cot bed, Silver Cross Q I think it is, and it is the cot bed. So what we did is we took one side down from the cot just to see how she would go, just to kind of do little baby steps, little transition into how she would cope. Yeah, we left her for just a couple of nights with just the one side down, and she actually really surprised me. I was fully prepared for constant up and downs, the excitement of being able to get out of bed, running into the living room to, you know, just because she could, constantly taking her back to bed and saying, no, it's bedtime. I was fully prepared for that, both mentally and I think physically as well. But I was fully prepared to have a few nights where it was just going to be constantly draining, walking her back to bed and to-ing and fro-ing. However, the first night I laid her down into bed, and we have one of the grow blinds in her nursery, which makes her room pitch black. And I read her a story, laid her down, tucked her in, gave her a kiss goodnight, turned the light off, and she stayed there. I was completely shocked. She just stayed there. She didn't move. She didn't even try to climb out. She stayed there, and she stayed in one position the whole night until she woke up the next morning, and she woke up at exactly the same time, which was incredible. I really wasn't prepared for that. So yeah, we went a few nights of doing it that way, just in case that first night was a fluke. But what we did find is, once she woke up in the morning and we walked into her bedroom, the minute we opened the door, the light would go in. Obviously it is pitch black in her room at night with the blind up. The minute we open the door and walk in, the light goes in, she's up and she climbs out of bed herself. She comes to greet you at the door, which is fine. I'm completely happy with that. So that weekend we took the other side down, we put it down into a toddler bed, and she was so excited that she'd got her big girl bed. You know, I tried to talk to her about it and say that she was going to go into a big girl bed and she was going to be a big girl, and she was really excited. The excitement that she could play in her bedroom, she takes her toys and play on her bed, and she gets all excited and she lays down and she tucks herself in. And again, ever since then, she doesn't move. She doesn't try to climb out of bed. She does in the morning when she wakes up and we have the door open, like recently it's been quite hot. Actually, it's been very hot. We've just had a heat wave. We would have the bedroom door open to keep the airflow going in there, to kind of try and keep the air circulated. But because of the morning, when the light comes in, she's like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, it gets light in her room, she wakes up, she comes out of her bedroom and walks into our room, mummy, daddy, mummy, daddy, mummy, daddy. So yeah, actually the transition for Quinn going into a toddler bed has actually been surprisingly easy. I'm fully aware that isn't the case for everybody. I think we've been incredibly lucky with Quinn there. But just a couple of tips, what I've briefly touched on transitioning them is, the first one is talk to them about it. Have conversations for probably about a week leading up to the event, is that you're going to go into a big girl bed, and have conversations with them about it. They may not necessarily understand, but just keep talking to them, you know, about going into a big girl bed. And secondly, try it in stages. I say we didn't go full hog from cot to no sides at all. We did it step by step. So we took one side down and then we took the other side down, which I think really helped as well. Again, with the continuous, we'll take the other side down now, Quinn, and you know, you're going to have a fully big girl bed now, and your proper big girl bed. And she gets really excited about going in her big girl bed now. You know, she'll come in, like she'll go around the house, or she's playing in her bedroom, tuck in, big girl bed, big girl bed. So yeah, little stages I found really helped. I think that's probably eased the transition for us. Thirdly, if you are worried about them getting out of their room at night while you're asleep, in case they wake up and are able to get out of their room, is put a stair gate on their bedroom door. That way, if they do open the door, they can't get out because the stair gate's there, and you know they're going to be safe in their bedroom. And the last tip is obviously make sure that your room is fully toddler proof. Make sure that your furniture is fixed to the wall, and that they can't reach anything that they're going to harm themselves on, or remove any toys that you don't want them playing with unsupervised from their bedroom. So yeah, that is how we have transitioned Quinn from a cot to a toddler bed. And like I said, I'm so pleased with her that we've managed to do it quite easily, because say I was more than prepared for nights and nights of constant to-ing and fro-ing. We may still have that, I don't know. There are going to be times when she's unsettled and doesn't want to go to bed, so we may still have that yet to come. But I hope those tips help if any of you are thinking about transitioning your little ones from their cot to a toddler bed. They may be of some assistance to you. But yes, thank you very much for watching this video. Please hit the button below to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this from me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!